So, I have an idea for a new video game. Just follow me for a sec. Let's take a group of teenagers, have them discover a world beyond normal perception. They can summon hidden parts of their psyche that take the form of mythological figures to fight these monsters called shadows in order to stop some sort of apocalyptic event. All the while juggling the daily struggles of a Japanese high schooler. Things like rebuilding a friend's self-confidence by eating her, potentially, biohazardous food, assisting a company heiress in learning what a hamburger is, and even helping an interdimensional deity learn about what the human world is like. So what do you think? Wait, what do you mean it's been done before?
I will.
I'm fearless now. I'm pretending to be no pain you see. From the bottom of my heart, I'm ready to seize the day. Cause I know in your heart there's a spot for me. Believing you gave me possibilities. It's more like a gift that I don't deserve. So I gotta give it back to you by all means. By all means.
Persona series is a fascinating beast. It was created by Katsura Hashino and published by Atlus in 1996. It started as a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei If
I didn't care.
Taking the high school setting of that game and using it as the structure for the rest of the franchise. Because that's everybody's favorite place to reminisce about high school. I'm specifically going to tackle Persona 3, and I will be using footage from the remake version. I don't have enough time in the world to record the original alongside it. While most people only think of the simulator aspects or the fun battles you can partake in, did you know that the series also touches on heavy psychological themes? Do you want to hear me tell a personal story about how the series helped me figure out how to handle my own mental illnesses?
If not, too bad, I'm telling you anyway.
On the surface, I can see why you wouldn't get that impression. Persona 3 deals with a mysterious 25th hour of the day that summons a weird, ever-shifting tower containing shadow monsters. And if you're not accustomed to this time of the day... Oh. Jesus. And the only people who can fight them are high schoolers summoning mythological figures as fighting spirits using... Okay, we're gonna need some context for that. The idea behind the evoker is a simple one.
Just put it to my head. And then pull the trigger.
In order to face shadows, you have to accept the inevitability of your own death. Hence, by placing the evoker, which, need I remind you, looks exactly like a... on your head, you accept that you will inevitably die and can unleash your inner fighting spirit. Or at least, that's what I take out of it. Accept the fact you're gonna die, and enjoy the journey. And really, the journey is what Persona 3 is all about. It's a world where this thing called apathy syndrome starts plaguing everyday people.
Severe cases of apathy syndrome are suddenly developing in people who showed no symptoms prior. It's been quite a topic of discussion.
Putting them into a near catatonic, zombie-like state of emptiness, shuffling along and merely existing instead of living. You get it? It's a metaphor! There's a lot, and I mean a lot, of death iconography in this game. During this so-called dark hour, anyone who doesn't have the potential is seen as a black coffin with red steam coming out of it, unaware of anything happening during said dark hour. Only your character, his friends, and others with the potential are able to experience what's going on without... It seems like they're immune from the effects of this forced depression, but as we will soon learn throughout the game, it may be that these characters are the most damaged among them. As Persona users, they're able to unleash an avatar, a form to show the world they're capable of fighting back. But only in Tartarus, during the dark hour. Because during normal hours, they're just high school students trying to survive things like exams, bullying, making friends, and eating questionable food.
Actually, you don't look so well, leader.
And in these characters, you may find yourself identifying with them a bit.
No need to worry. I've got it all set.
All set. Unexplosive?
Okay, maybe in a less unhinged way than that. And that happened to me a lot as I played through the game. Some of these characters really stuck with me, but not for the reasons you might expect. Everyone in your party, well, everyone you become friends with throughout the game, is dealing with some form of trauma or personal struggle. Whether it's the death of loved ones, dealing with a crippling illness, recovering from bullying, or faking your way through insecurities about your own self-worth. Yeah, that one hit a little hard. I mean, with your main character being a silent protagonist and all, you sort of become a sounding board for everyone's problems, occasionally giving responses that you might feel are appropriate. Some of these can fail spectacularly, especially if you don't listen to what they're actually saying.
What's that supposed to mean? So what if I'm a girl? Am I supposed to just hide behind men all my life like my mom?
Over time, however, they come to trust you more as your relationship deepens. Sometimes you just need somebody who will shut up and listen to you bitch about stuff, you know? As for the characters that affected me the most, I'll give you 3 examples. Yukari, Junpei, and the main character himself. We'll start with Yukari because I'll be able to get through her story the easiest. Yukari is the first person you meet when you arrive at the school dorms, ready to bust a cap in your ass.
Who's there? How are you here at this hour? Don't tell me.
Wait!
And at first she can seem pretty standoffish and cagey.
There you go again, acting like everybody's best friend. Try not to make him uncomfortable, okay?
Sure, she's affable and genuinely a nice person.
You're all alone too, aren't you? To be honest, I already heard about your past, but it didn't seem fair, so I wanted you to know about mine too.
But there's this sense that everything she does has some ulterior motive. Spoilers, she does.
I was hoping you could do me a favor. With your skill, I mean. Kirijo-senpai acts kinda weird whenever someone brings up Tartarus. I just want to know what happened back then. And if it doesn't have anything to do with the shadows, then fine.
Despite that, she's a vital asset to the party because she's the healer of the group. The white mage, if you will.
And nobody with the white man.
Oh god, no! She ends up confirming her suspicions by confronting the heiress of the company that practically owns the island they all live on, who happens to be the student council president, as well as the team's second-in-command, Mitsuru.
Hold on. Before we go on, I'd like to ask Kirijo-senpai something.
Oh?
I feel like I've just been getting dragged along without really understanding anything. But now, I want answers. You've been hiding something from us, haven't you, senpai? You're always acting like you don't know anything about the Dark Hour or Tartarus. I want an explanation. What really happened on the day of that accident? Tell me the truth.
Turns out her father owns said company, and his father basically created the Dark Hour in the first place.
Well, it's true. We adults are to blame. If I could have atoned for it with my life, I would have done so. Unfortunately, under my father's direction, the research began to stray from its original goal. In fact, his madness may have resulted from his struggle to break free from that.
What hit me with Yukari's story was her ability to confront her past while at the same time running on this idea that said past happened in a certain way. As events unfold, she questions why she even wanted to fight for the truth in the first place.
Am I stupid for trusting in something so blindly? All I can do is believe. I won't turn my back.
It's not until the full truth is revealed that she has her revelation personified, get it, by her persona getting an upgrade and becoming even stronger than before.
I know one thing for sure now. I was right to believe in you. I'm doing okay. It took a while, but I finally got your message.
Her entire story taught me a lesson in sticking to your convictions even when circumstances change. She becomes a much better friend to everybody, forgives the company along with its heiress, and essentially becomes a much better teammate in the process. So let's move on to Junpei.
Me?
And I'm gonna be honest, the first few hours with him are rough, to say the least.
I heard you guys walk to school together. Come on, give me the dirt.
He's not the kind of guy to leave a good first impression. And a lot of it is because he's trying too hard. Something I didn't want to acknowledge at first because I tend to do the same thing. I have ADHD and I don't always know when to shut up. I've had moments where I've either said too much or said the wrong thing at the wrong time, as well as getting easily distracted. Okay, that's done. What was I doing again? Later on, when the team gets close to solving the case, Junpei has a moment where he starts losing sight of his purpose, if he ever felt he had one in the first place.
Damn it! Nothing I do is good enough.
It's not until he meets Chidori, a member of a villainous group trying to let the apocalypse happen, trust me, it makes sense if you play the game, that we see Junpei as actually a decent guy beyond his facade of confidence. He's gentle, a good listener, and even does his best to help Chidori deal with her own depression.
You can't be doing that. I'm not just saying this because I'm worried about you. I don't want to see you hurting yourself. Alright?
Even if it ends up costing him his life later. Don't worry, he gets better.
What the hell?
If anything, it taught me that no matter what impression others have of you, and no matter how much I may be overdoing it myself, as long as you're genuine beyond your faults, and even apologize for them.
I'm sorry for all the times I snapped at you. I still hate to admit it, but just know I'll be counting on you.
Then you don't need to keep beating yourself up over all of your faults, perceived or otherwise. And now, for the main character himself. He technically has no name in the game proper, but other media gives him the name of Makoto Yuki, so we're just gonna go with that. It's gonna make things easier. He's got a pretty typical tragic backstory. Parents died, got transferred to a new school because of it, and he's just trying to fit into a new school with new people and make new friends. Most of their character is informed through dialogue choices that you make, as well as how characters respond to him.
Okay, that settles it. I'm gonna get myself a girlfriend. Right now. What a cool thing to say. Soon, I'll have a girlfriend and be just as cool as you.
Overall, if you're not a dick about it, Makoto's made out to be a super chill, level-headed, unshakable guy, willing to take charge when necessary.
We'll also need to appoint a leader to make any necessary decisions. You're in charge.
What? So, cool, he's your standard video game protagonist. However, there's a lot more to his story that ends up being extremely relevant to the plot, so here goes. Turns out his parents died working on the same incident that created the Dark Hour. You know, the one Yukari's dad tried to stop. However, they decided to seal the Avatar of Death within Makoto as a child, waiting for the day the other shadows got killed in order to unseal said Avatar and bring about the end of the world. You got all that? There's a quiz later.
Ready begins now!
You fool.
Through his interactions with a boy named Pharos, who's later reincarnated as a boy named Ryoji, you learn that this person, always present with Makoto, was Thanatos, the Greek god of death, who would later be actually revealed as the avatar of Nyx. You know, the goddess of death! In order to kill all of humanity in one go, because we can't figure out how to let go of our own despair.
Then you must already understand what people fear the most, what they try to turn away from. That is the wretched thing I have become.
You know, talking about all this now, I feel like I need to make a longer video to explain this whole game's plot and how everything all fits together, so be on the lookout for that one. Anyways, back to my point. Makoto, realizing he was meant to herald the end of everything, doesn't actually give in to despair like everyone else. Instead of succumbing to the fear of death, he chooses to sacrifice himself in order to seal death away, preventing humanity from being wiped out and letting them enjoy the rest of their lives.
Hey, you can't be going out there by yourself.
No, don't go!
Why the hell does he do this? His friends, of course. They didn't come all this way in their personal journeys to let things just And, thinking about how far he's come and how much his friends matter to him, he takes on Nyx by himself, set to one of the most badass songs in the game.
Cause I know in your heart there's a spot for me. Believing in the game and possibilities. It's more like a gift that I don't deserve, so I gotta give it back to you by all means. By all means necessary. Anybody else to y'all is secondary. Time is running out if you have any. Don't worry, I'm invincible, so legendary.
And seals Nyx away forever, allowing people to continue living as they wish. This was the final moment that made the game's message click for me. Regardless of the fact we're all gonna end up dying, the most important part is how meaningful you make your journey. The people who matter will always remember you, and even mourn your loss when you finally go.
We put our lives on the line just like he did. In fact, we came here expecting to die. So why only him? Why am I so powerless? Am I really unable to protect the ones important to me?
That lesson was one I almost didn't learn. And now that we're at this point in the video, things are about to get personal, so I was stationed at Holloman Air Force Base from 2017 to 2019 in Alamogordo, New Mexico. I enlisted because I wanted to find my purpose, as one often does when they feel lost in this world. This is Route 70, the main road that goes from Alamogordo to the base and beyond. This is where, in December of 2017, I tried to commit suicide. I almost drove myself off the road, thinking it'd be better for me not to stick around for everyone else's sake. Thankfully, I lived. But a part of me still died that night. It was that day that began a back-to-back sequence of terrible events. Divorce from an ugly marriage, military separation, more visits to the hospital, and the endless cycle of highs and lows that make living with bipolar 1 so annoying. What kept me alive was this near crippling fear of death, of there being an end to all of this, and not being able to fully enjoy it when my time expires. Everyone, everywhere, is going to deal with death, purpose, and the journey of life a little differently. I'm thankful for my friends, family, and my current spouse for helping me see how worthwhile life is. How death, while it's allowed to be scary, isn't necessarily something to speed towards when things go wrong. Merely, it's the last destination on a journey that you end up writing, building, and ultimately defining by how you live it rather than how you end it. Persona 3 wasn't the only game to help me deal with this, but it was the one that I took the strongest message from. However your story goes, just remember, it's yours to write, nobody else's. Your purpose is whatever you decide it should be. I haven't exactly found mine yet, but there is one thing I am certain of. I'm still here. Who knows what's gonna happen to me in the future? At least I know I'll be here to do it. And if you're still here, I'm glad. Keep going.